Okay, you guys, what is up? The King of Lightning is here today to do Hunter x Hunter. Woo! Hunter x Hunter. Chapter 342 review. Now this chapter, whoa, the material, whoa, the info, whoa, info dump, whoa, a lot of stuff. A lot of shit to cover. And basically, what's going to happen here is that I have some tabs saved because there's a lot of stuff to reference. There's a lot of stuff in general. And it's very important stuff because it gives you greater insight on what exactly is happening when it pertains to Kaiken, when it pertains to the V5, which will become the V6 after assimilating Kaiken into the fold. Then we have stuff pertaining to the Hunter organization. Then we have Jin and Pariston and more intel on that pertaining to the 5,000 chimeras that I believe were, okay, so when it came to the end of the Chimeran arc and how everything was all said and done and how pretty much you had, like, the eggs on the trees, I think they were they? I'm not too sure if they were actually, like, are Chimera Ant soldiers in those eggs? I'm not too sure, but it pertains to that, which I know was originally pertaining to the Hunter exam. That's what Pariston wanted to do, and then now it looks like that was a fucking lie. It looks like that was a bullshit lie, and how it's going to be more towards the Dark Continent. And so there's all this stuff in this chapter that we need to discuss. And so I have some tabs saved, and again, when it came to reading the chapter, I did go back and forth between Manga Stream and Manga Panda, and there are, like, so discrepancies there are. And even still, even though these discrepancies exist, there are still some things that I still don't fully grasp. So let's just talk, let's just go, and then we'll see how it works out. So if I miss anything, if I forget anything, then please, comment section down below immediately. If you comprehend, go. Especially those who I think, let me continue. Also, what I do want to say, though, is when it comes to the previous chapter, there was something pertaining to, I was sent a link on a PM, and I forgot because I read it, I forgot because I was very busy at the time. So I didn't fully absorb it. But it does pertain to Aluka and the deaths that pertain to the laboratory bodies and how they died. How some bodies were twisted up like rope and other bodies were scrunched in, and how that may tie into Aluka and her powers, because I believe that they actually died in a similar fashion. People who suffer, people who die from her abilities. And what's also very important is the notion that these bodies in this laboratory were found in, quote-unquote, this world. So the question is, who brought them over from the Dark Continent? So this may tie into Aluka going to the Dark Continent at some point with maybe Zeno or Silva, because Netero said that he went to the Dark Continent on, like, twice. Did he go by himself? I forget. If he actually said that in the chapter, I forget. But again, we'll talk about that. What I'll do is that I'll talk about that Aluka business in, like, another video. Probably later on, probably later on during this week. Probably either Saturday or Sunday. I'll see. So that being said, when it pertains to this chapter of Hunter x Hunter, let me start with what I know. Let me start with what I understand. First of all, what I understand is this. Number one, we get to see the scope of the human world in comparison to the actual planet itself, or at least what they know. And it's fucking scary, because their world is surprisingly massive. Surprisingly very fucking massive. We're talking about the human world continents, land masses, all exist within the center of this giant fucking lake, Mobius. And then, since it's a lake, it's surrounded by land on all sides. And that land is the Dark Continent. But what's so surprising is that in comparison to the lake itself, the human world land masses are extremely small. Well, they're tiny. And I'm looking at this, I'm like, yo, like this on some straight up Toriko Gourmet world, possibly bigger. It's fucking huge. It's huge. This one lake is yo. Like, dog. Like, this one lake is fucking massive. Seriously. Jeez, man. Holy hell. And there are the land masses that are known. Those are highlighted in a square. And then circling around that in like dots is pretty much like the oceanic human world. And within the context of the chapter, the executives, when they're talking to, I believe, the G5, the V5, where the V5 are represented by like these older folk, pretty much. Like it's like 2 old ladies and like 3 old dudes, whatever. All right. Thing here is this: when it comes to the outskirts of what the human world is, the human world oceanic border, it looks like there's going to be this expedition, or like this sub-expedition on the way to the Dark Continent, where it's going to be used as a means of sending people to these islands to start their new life. And these islands, if you look at the maps that are presented in the chapter, it looks like these islands are on the outskirts of the human oceanic border. The unknown border of the Dark Continent that is still within Lake Mobius. Those aren't going to be inhabited by human beings. So, once again, there's the land that we are aware of in the square. And then there's the oceanic stuff in the dotted circle. And then there are smaller islands that exist on the outskirts of the oceanic human world. But people who don't want to go to the Dark Continent can go there instead and start new lives. So, the thing here is that, well, okay, hold on. Backpedal. It's not more or less people who choose to. It's more or less that's where they're gonna stop, and then from where they stop, they're going to sift through those who are actually worthy of going further beyond. That's the way it is. That's the way it's set up. Yeah, that's the way it is. So initially, this trip that Kaiken have planned to go to the Dark Continent, it's going to be actually a trip to the outskirts of the human world. That's the initial trip. And then from that trip, there's going to be another trip to go to the Dark Continent, but this time with people who are more experienced, who are more honed in intelligence and combat, and so on and so forth. And what's very important to note is the success rate, which is utter shit. 0.04% success rate. That is terrible. And this was very important. They had a total of 7,500 people, from what they understand from the book and from the V5's own explorations. The humanity has made 149 attempts into the Dark Continent. Okay? And under the V5's watch, 5 attempts. And out of the amount of people, which again, 7,500, which I think comprises of the 5 or the entirety of the 149. Again, I'm not too sure. I don't think so. I think that when it came to that number, the 7,500 number, that probably was those 5 expeditions under the V5's watch. And from those expeditions, only 28 people survived and came back. And among those, probably beyond. So, no. I don't think Jin, whether or not Jin went to the Dark Continent is a theory that I'm not too sure about. It's possible. The Aluka one is even more like far-fetched. Aluka is just like, whoa. Because people are now saying that apparently that other ego inside Aluka is an AI gas life form. I'm like, dude, like, hey, that's really far-fetched. That's massively. That means that Aluka is a walking fucking time bomb. I digress. Thing here is this. Only 28 people have been confirmed alive to come back. And mind you, all the folks who went to the Dark Continent reaches were in peak physical condition. Olympian status, pretty much. And of those 28, only three could return to everyday mundane life. No. And these are people who are at peak human condition physically. So if it's regular farmers and business dudes, oh, they're gonna get massacred. People are going to die in droves. Oh, dude, fuck out of here, Hell Bell. Fucking Byron. No. Brian is just gonna kill so many fucking people. That sphere thing is scary as fuck, dude. No. Fucking papus and shit, fucking sucking on your damn brain, giving you pleasure. Fuck no, dude. That's stupid. Because we have millions, well, 100,000s, plural, millions, possibly, going into this area. Because I forgot how many people live in Kaiken, but it's quite a bit of people who live in Kaiken. And 7,500, 5 trips, 5 calamities each time round. Only 28 people came back. No, dude. That means that out of the millions and millions, we're gonna have like 50 dudes come back. Like, no, okay, well, let's stretch it out. 1,000. Maybe, man. That's suicide. No, man. No, like, this mission is on some lemming shit. Like, they're marching towards their deaths. And their deaths is just this giant dark continent. No, it's terrible. But, you know what? Human curiosity, alright? I mean, they say curiosity killed the cat. But humans are just as curious. And lo and behold, Brian fucking sphere fucking, yeah, terrible idea. But either way, the thing here is this though. When we go over to the news, right? When we have the news people, whatever, they're talking about, you know, the trip and how they're praising the king, Hyokoron, whatever his name is. Like, hold on, what's his fucking name? Let me go to one of the tabs I've saved somewhere. I know his name is fucking like some jolly Asian dude. Yeah, that's his name. Hyokoro. Okay, there, yeah, fucking close enough. Hyokoro. They built these things, right? They built these fucking whale-like ships that are called, what are they called? Giant Transport Ship Black Whale Mark 1, okay? And they can house 200,000 people. They can house 200,000 people. This dude says by next year they're gonna build like 5 fucking ships, and there's gonna be 1 million cats going to the freaking goddamn Gurmay. I mean, go to the dark continent, going to the dark continent, to the new world. It's a bad idea, bro. And the king himself, Beyond the Tarot, and his 14 princes are going in the initial voyage, in the maiden voyage. And then we have these people talking about the threat level of the beast. And this is how I know. This is how I fucking know that so many people are gonna just die, dude. This is how I fucking know. We have one of the reporters talking about how, okay, so in this current world, we have beasts that are capture level. I was gonna say fucking capture level. That's some true shit. No, we have beasts that are rank C, and the rank C beast are like dangerous ass creatures, like poisonous snakes, bears, which I don't call any bears and fucking whatever, sharks, maybe box jellyfish if they're fucking roaming around somewhere, which are scary as shit. And these are killer bees, and these are the deadliest creatures that this world has to offer. Okay? Here's the problem. They're saying how in the Dark Continent, according to what the web says and the people, they're going to be creatures that are ranked B and A. And the reporter kind of said like, oh yeah, you know, it's possible, you know, not you know, probably rare. Like, that's what his tone was. Like, it was possible, probably even rare, maybe. I'm like, bro, like and because they don't know about Brian, they don't know about AI gas life forms, they don't know about Zobe, they don't know about fucking Papoose, they don't know about these motherfuckers. And then this dude talks about how, according to ancient, you know, glyphs and text, whenever someone goes there, there's a calamity. They know that. The populace understands that at least. And the assumption here is that this is through bacterial infections and viruses. But they have faith in their medical expertise over the course of time. Their medicine development has grown, obviously. And now they believe that they can pioneer the fucking Dark Continent. They can pioneer. These regular fuckers think they can pioneer the Dark Continent. I mean, there's a way down, there's a way in hell, man. And they're gonna try and usher in this new golden age. That's fucking ridiculous. Oh my god. Out of the 200,000 cats that are going right now to the Dark Continent, I bet you only 20 fucking come back. Maybe, if they're fucking lucky. I guarantee you we're gonna see at least 3 Zodiacs die. Guarantee you. There's no way in hell. There's no way in hell regular fuckers are coming back. Like Farmer Bob, and then the waitress Susan. They're gonna come back A-OK. Come back peen, fuck out. No way. They're dying. No. Papoose, bro. Papoose. They're coming in waves. Shit. Get the fuck out of here. And also, they mention how there's a species, like this species, this race, this species, race, magical beast, whatever, fuck it. There are these dudes, right? Let's keep it real simple. There's these dudes. And these dudes, they are the gatekeepers. They're the ones who are the people, the guys, the dudes, the dudesses, whatever, the things that are the guides for humans. Apparently, humanity, by its own power, has never been able to make a round trip to the Dark Continent. That's fucking terrible. So without these guys, humanity's chances would have been fucking 0. Are you kidding me? Like, you can't... The fact that most of these people don't know is horrifying. So let's just say, for example, alright, let's assume that instead of people actually going to the Dark Continent and they stay on these surrounding islands on the outskirts of the human oceanic border, let's just say that, no, fuck that. Instead, there's something happens where all 200,000 people, farmers, doctors, politicians, whatever, they all wind up in the Dark Continent reaches, okay? And let's just say that they lose these guides, like these guides, something happens to them and they disappear. Because Togashi can be fucking, like, dark, right? Like, him and goddamn Kentaro Miura can compete sometimes when it comes to just being, like, cryptic as fuck. So, if they lose their guides, no one's coming back. Maybe except for Beyond and Jin and Pariston and maybe Cheeto and Cal. The tiger dude's dying. Like, I don't see him getting anywhere. This dude's too fucking stupid. The snake chick, maybe, but she's kind of emo, so she's gonna die too. The dog dude, maybe, who knows? So, people are just dying, bro. They're dying in masses. I know this. This has to happen. Because the way it works out is that if, you see, here is the sick yet brilliant nature of the G5. of the V5. Shit. Might as well call them the fucking Blue Nitro, like this fucking round table of evil and shit. Listen, here's the thing. Well, they're not evil still. The thing here is this. If in fact something occurs in the Dark Continent, the calamity is going to hit the outskirts island first. That's it. The calamity is going to wind up affecting the outskirts islands first. So the inner human areas are going to be fine for, well, either they're going to be fine, or if there's some means of communication between the outskirts continents or the outskirts islands of the human world and the inner continents of the human world, then there probably is going to be like some time for the inner V6 countries to react, where the outskirts people who are starting their quote-unquote new lives are going to be bombarded by fucking Bryon shit. Like, no matter how you slice it, no matter how, okay, yeah, fine, so we have we have Beyond, even I almost got confused. We have Beyond Netero and we have cohorts of Beyond Netero. You know, they're pumped up. Yeah, New World! Woo! New World! Jeez! Like, they're singing, we go! Like, they're just singing that shit. Like, yeah, New World! And then, we got fucking, Cheeto and the others. Because, again, Chairman Netero pretty much ordered, even though he said, it's an option. I'm not going to order you guys. It's an option. I'm not going to order you guys. I'm not that much of an asshole. I'm not going to order you. It's my orders. Not really, no. So Chairman Netero was digging around. But he clearly ordered the Zodiac to go and be the pioneers of the Dark Continent. But no matter how you slice it, it's just like, it's too fucking goddamn, like, there's too much shit over there. Like, there's too many, like, evil, like, fucking Bryon, bro. Like, there's just too much shit. There's too much just OP shit. And I'm scared for, like, I'm scared for humanity. So, when it comes to the organization, the Hunter organization, I don't know how many cats are going. Now, it could be just the Zodiac 10 or Zodiac 12 in this case, since we have Jin and Pariston. They're going by their own means. However, it could also be the 5,000 Chimera that Jin talked about when they were pertaining to Pariston. Because these Chimera, I believe, because after the Chimera arc, it's like they went over and like there was like all these eggs. Well, I don't know if the eggs were fertilized or I don't know if they were actually bred, but I think that there may still be like soldiers in there. So, because I think that humans were simply there as a means of making the soldiers that were already inside the eggs even more powerful. But the thing here is that there should be soldiers already inside of these eggs. And there's a lot of fucking eggs, right? Again, 5,000 eggs. I mean, one of the calamities that would have hit the East Gotura Kingdom would have been like the 5 million people or like the 500,000 people getting dwindled down to only 5,000 people because of Merlim's actions and the Royal Guard's actions. So they would have lost like less than fucking 10% of the populace of humans had they gone their way. But here's the thing though. When it pertains to... Hold on. Okay, hold on. Train of thought. I lost it. I got lost. Whoa. Fucking lost in the woods and shit. I'm like Link, Ocarina of Time. Fucking lost. Where am I? No, temple. Okay, fuck. I forgot what I was talking about. Oh, no. Okay. Pariston initially stated that this was supposed to be something that pertained to the Hunter exam. It looks like these 5,000 Chimera were actually meant for the Dark Continent. So it looks like this whole thing of 5,000 Chimera, Hunter exam may have been a damn fucking ruse, a lie. So that's very possible. And again, I'm not too sure because there are so many factors that you need to keep in mind when it pertains to this whole content exploration thing. But that being said, we also find out, yeah, I'm not done yet, there's a lot. We also find out that when it comes to, because there's something pertaining to the V5/V6 and the Hunter Association. And this is where things get a little more convoluted, a lot more complex. The specific details, where in which we basically have like a lot riding on the Hunter Association, and depending on their success or failure, and of what I'm not too sure. I think they said I think that they mentioned negotiations, and I think they mean Beyond Netero and talking to him, because originally the V5 wanted him dead, and now they want him captured, and now they say, you know what, fine, you can go. So it went from being executed to being captured to, you know what, you're free to go, just go. But the way it pans out is that I believe that because we have Chairman Netero's final words to the Zodiac 10, speaking about how you guys should be the pioneers, there's a lot riding on the Hunter Association. So not only does their success depend on them swaying beyond, but also depends on their success within the Dark Continent. And apparently what's going to happen now is that when it pertains to the Dark Continent, when it pertains to Beyond Netero is getting a ticket. He's getting a free ride there. And but at the same time, he's going to be captured. He's going to be under lock and keep by the fucking Zodiac. And the thing here is that apparently he's going to quote-unquote repel his comrades. I'm like, wait, what? So like that threw me off. So it looks like there's some kind of race into the damn Dark Continent between the Hunter Association and those cats versus Beyond Netero, or I should say Beyond Netero's Kaiken, pretty much. Kaiken and their Black Whale Mark 5 or Mark 1, whatever it's called, and Jin's on that ship too. So it's like iffy. But then also it could be because there's also like this competition with Beyond Netero, I guess, for either, because he says that the real fight is going to be at the Dark Continent. So an actual like battle, like Beyond Netero, Pariston, and his boys versus the Zodiac 10? Or is it going to be a battle for resources and exploration and fame and helping humanity progress and so on and so forth? So what exactly is going on here? Specifically, I'm not too sure. But it looks like the V5 are going to assimilate Kaiken into the fold, making the V6. And what's because these countries, they do comprise of the innermost realms of the human world. So if humanity starts to breed outside of the innermost realms and they start to actually go to the outskirts of the human world, so the outskirts islands start to get populated, the V6 want to maintain this tight cohesion with one another, which I think is the reason why they mention this whole thing of, it was called, hold on, let me go back to the page. The page was, it pertains to the charter in, okay, so the country's charter in the 4th article of the Foundation International Threats. And it looks like that pertains to Kaiken. Well, either it pertains to Kaiken itself and Kaiken's enemies, it pertains to the V5 and their treatment of Kaiken, or it pertains to Kaiken and what it has experienced from a country standpoint. When it pertains to like diseases and like alien life forms. Hold on, like let me verbatim. It says right here, from items 7 through 9 on infectious diseases, plagues, epidemics, and dangerous life forms. So, like, I don't know what that pertains to exactly. Because I read Manga Stream, read Manga Panda, and I didn't catch it. I'm like, what does that mean? Like, what are they talking about? Are they talking about Kaiken? Are they talking about is it a bad thing or a good thing pertaining to Kaiken? Or are they referring to the V5 and their actions towards Kaiken? Or Kaiken's action towards the V5? Those fucking options here, and I don't get it. But and I'm using Manga Stream because Manga Stream, I figure, is more, when it comes from a translation standpoint, they are more accurate than Manga Panda. But the thing here is that regardless of Manga Stream or Manga Panda, this tidbit, this point, escapes me. So I'm not too sure. But moving on, we also get to find out that when it came to the executives, these dudes, apparently, the entire time, even though they have this system in place where pretty much no one can get into the Dark Continent through their means, apparently, there's also this system that pertains to, well, the system itself is not set in stone. Because the older executive, he talked about how pretty much we're just here to give them the fucking layout, okay? What the countries, and I guess it's because of the fact that if the countries of the V5 really wanted to, like Kaiken, they themselves could go and explore the Dark Continent on their own terms and rules. So, when it comes to individuals, this association, this organization, these people, these executives, they have power. The tall coal something, it was like referred to in the last chapter. But when it comes to the countries, they don't really have the power. More so, all they can do is make suggestions. They can suggest, okay, given this intel, given this 3 out of fucking 7,500 people, you might want to just trick the people into exploring the outermost areas of the human world, of the oceanic border, and then we go even further beyond, deeper into Lake Mobius, until we reach the surrounding continent area, which I'm pretty sure is the best option. So you bring down your casualties. So you do 2 things right there. No, you do a whole host of things. Like I said before, number 1, you bring down the casualties of humans that actually are going to, die in the Dark Continent. Number 2, you have this barrier to where the continents that comprise the innermost human world will be affected last, and the outskirts continents and islands will be affected first by these epidemics. So the innermost continents that comprise the V6 have some kind of, there's some kind of cushion there before they get hit with the epidemic. Then you have a filtration system in place to where you can actually send over the appropriate guys to the Dark Continent, as opposed to just simply let people do what the fuck they want. So it's good on many levels. It really is. This system that's actually in place now, okay, very well thought out, well detailed, and we see the V5 representatives, like they fucking stamp it. Yeah, we're good. Stamp, go, fly. So, I mean, that's pretty much it. I mean, I suppose. And what you guys got? What you guys gotta keep in mind is this is the review, and it's like 35 fucking minutes, bro. All right. Yesterday, I was reading the chapter. I did the live reaction, and I stopped because I noticed how I was on page 11, and 45 minutes had passed. I was like, shit. So, because I was talking about all this shit as it was going on. Page 11, 45 minutes. I was like, oh no. I can't upload this thing. Damn! It's long as fuck! So that would have been like an hour. That would have been a fucking movie. Straight the fuck up. That would have been like an hour 35 minutes, an hour 45 minutes. Had I actually got like the last page. So, this is the review. Did I miss some stuff? Probably. Probably did. Hold on, let me just skim through real quick because there may be other shit to talk about. But, I mean, basically, it is what Snake says. Snake pretty much defined it very well. Where Snake's final quotes to the Tiger guy was pretty much this, if I can find it fucking somewhere. Pertaining to Beyond Tarot. And again, how she's like, well, basically, it's this whole notion of, what's it called? Right here. high risk and high return. Because the possibilities, the risks are extraordinarily high. They're fucking massive. And a lot of this, a lot of what's going on right now is just preparing for the fallout, preparing for the backlash. And at the same time, the possibilities of returning, even though they're the Zodiac, the possibilities of returning are extremely high, given the high risk. And when it comes to Beyond, I mean, we don't know how long they're going to stay there for, because Cheeto did say that Beyond was going to spend a lot of time there. And that's probably the case. That probably is the damn case. Because this trip may take several days, months, years, probably. Given the size of Mobius, it may take definitely several fucking years. Easy. And when you look at if you go back to the map, and they show you the X points in the map, where the 5 trips, the 5 voyages under the V5 have taken place, they all lie within the closest parts to the human world. The longer horizontal, the furthest east and the furthest west points are the longest parts to the Dark Continent. Oh my god. The things that must lie there are insane. Oh no. Oh no. 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 So, man. I'm done. So, if I forget anything, I apologize. I did my best. I could go longer in the greater detail. Maybe. Not probably, maybe. Because I think I'm tapped out. You know what? I'm tapping out, alright? I'm like Samoa Joe and Kurt Angle match 1 TNA. Fucking ropes right there. Nope. Tap. That's what I'm doing right now. So, yeah, I'm done. I'm done. So, King of My Name. Be sure, of course, rate the video, comment, and subscribe as always. Give me your thoughts. Fucking 38 minutes. Holy shit. Alright, peace. Have a nice day. Oh, and the chapter rating. Shit. Let me on that note. The chapter rating. This was a great chapter. This was a great chapter. Even though there are some things I don't understand fully, great chapter. So, again, the only thing that I don't understand fully is this whole thing of the international threats on the charter of the 4th article foundation. Like, I don't understand that, because it's weird in both translations. So, but it is what it is. I'll see you guys later. Peace. Have a nice day.